It's blacks on the beat.
Biafra, Biafra, the only hope we have. We salute you. We appreciate you. We salute you. We appreciate you. Yo. Amadike, one no Biafra. Odogu, Chukwaki, Kechekwagi, let it in the rogi. Dragon Master, Biko do. My Prime Minister, Atakata Abuja. Take us to bus stop. The era you to Nayasi. Anya Chikanewo, everybody knows in a jogodo. We want to go, yo. Enu na. We appreciate you, Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you, Biafra, they salute you. We appreciate you, Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you, Biafra, they salute you. Cabinet members, down low, media people, jurisdictional. Deep down our heart, yo, Biafra, jurisdictional. We are proud of you, we are very, very grateful. Jurisdictional. We cannot forget all your sacrifice. Jurisdictional. Because it did, you got a number. We appreciate you, Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you, Biafra, we salute you. We appreciate you, Biafra, appreciate you. We salute you, Biafra, we salute you.
It's blacks on the beat.
The boy Nambana Puzyoko. Yo. Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Defense Force, Biafra Marino, Ndiayi Jaba, Biafra National League, Omunikwe Battalion, Ndini Nene Chekwa Bodani, yo. We cannot forget all your sacrifice, no. Napanyegi Kositi, Bikatanam.
Breaking news reaching us now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed.
That's why they're detained. Their children have been there for a very long time. Osman Abubakar is in detention. Mokhtar Umar is in detention. And DSS, we don't want to bring them to court. The families are here. Ibrahim Yahya is there as well. I was with them. Musa Kalamu is also there. Belief is also there.
But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from treasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have come once again, as we always do, to bring you a review of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. Every one of us know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in court today, and every one of us have been waiting. Some have already seen the review, some have not seen. Today, we are going to bring you the review of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You know, yesterday we brought a program. On yesterday's program, we spoke a lot about what is going to transpire today, and you can see exactly what we talked about yesterday is what happened. As we explained yesterday, that's exactly what is happening. And you have seen what they have done today and all the charges they have brought against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and how they have decided to bring somebody to testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the person that is testifying will be covered with a mask. The person will not show his face or his name. The person will be hidden behind the curtain, and the person will come and testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What are they testifying against? The only testimony they are giving on the brokers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is instigating violence, committing terrorism through broadcast, which is laughable, which is very, very laughable. And I bet you at the end of the day, you are going to see how the whole thing is going to turn out. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have won his case, and he will continue to win, regardless whatever they do. The fate of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in the hand of the Janjaweed. We will try to do everything possible to see that our school Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. Now, I want you to pay close attention to the review of the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today. In case you missed anything, take your seat belt, tighten it very well, sit back, like and share this video, share to all platforms so that this information can circulate and get to everyone that needs to hear us. Let us watch and hear what the Biafrans has to say today about the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A very important update and review.
Ano puta.
Look at you.
That is the arrival of the supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. For those who were not there, who were not following up, hopefully you can follow up now.
Where is he gonna sit? Oh. I don't know, but yeah, you can. Okay. I don't know. Okay, there. Who drops this?
That was the arrival of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the court. And I tell you, Biafrans, just like the program I held yesterday on my other channels, what do you expect? We already know the people we are dealing with. We know that we are dealing with a government that is unrepentant. We are dealing with a government that is not responsible. We are dealing with a terrorist government. And as we all know, these people will never repent. Every one of you know the reason they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in captivity. By now, if you do not know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention, it means you are not serious. Any Biafra that does not know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention by now, it means you are deceiving yourself and you are not serious. The only reason why they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today is to stop Biafra. They want to make sure that Biafra is not restored. You can see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he is still on his same clothes, Fendi. That one clothes he has been wearing from the very moment they brought him in up to this moment. You can understand what that means. So many of you will not understand the meaning of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wearing this one clothes. From that moment he was detained up to this minute, have you ever sat and think within yourself, why is it that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still on one cloth all this while? Have you ever thought about that? That very cloth you are seeing on him have a significance. You can learn a lot of lessons from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is a leader of more than 70 million people. The leader of more than 70 million people who can have everything he desires. Whatever he desires, I bet you Biafrans can provide it with in a twinkle of an eye. But yet, you can see how humble he is. You can see the condition he has been placed on. And every moment he appears with the same spirit speaking, even when they try to break his body, but his spirit is not broken. Every time he appeared, no matter what is going on inside him, in humility, he appears to represent Biafrans. The mission that he has embarked in is not his own mission. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not on this journey because of himself. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not in this court today because of himself. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in this court because of you, because of me. That is why he's in this court. When you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appear in this court, how do you feel within yourself? Those of you who are busy gossiping, attacking their fellow brothers and sisters, how do you feel when you see this man appear? How do you feel? I want to ask you. If you are a Biafran today, you do not know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is here. Look at him. This is a video that was taken today. This is not, oh, this is today. What is happening today? As we speak, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in court. When you see him, how do you feel? What is your mind telling you? Consistency. Very consistent in his words. Standing on that same word. Freedom for my people. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu want to walk out of that court without any objection, without any further ado, it is a question of saying, I am not interested in Biafra anymore. Even though his people has betrayed him, his own king's men have betrayed him, his family have betrayed him, the people he loves so much have betrayed him. We, the Biafrans, have betrayed him, just as he said that he will not betray us, it is we that will betray him. We have all betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in one way or the other. When you claim to be fighting for Biafra today and all you do is to push propaganda against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is a betrayal against him. When you claim to love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you don't want to hear about the person that is standing for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who has said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released by fire, by force. The man who has put his own life on the line too, to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally. You are fighting against that man. You are even calling for his extradition. You are betraying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, all those people that we are sitting beside Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he said, I will not betray you, it is you that will betray me. Every single one of them have betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Knowingly and unknowingly, directly and indirectly. They have betrayed him. You can see him in the court. You can see him in the court. Why he is still keeping his stance, representing you and I. We have betrayed him. So many of us have betrayed him. When you are fighting against your brother, you're fighting against your sister, people who have devoted their time to see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name is not forgotten. People who are trying as much as possible to keep legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you don't want to hear from them. You are calling for their extradition. That is a betrayal to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I want to ask you, every one of you that is watching this program today, wherever you're watching, have you ever heard was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu one day, any day, since his detention, mentioned the name of Mazi Simon Ekpa as an opponent? Have you ever heard him mention Mazi Simon Ekpa as an opposition? Or mention right from when they were calling autopilot? They called us autopilot, from autopilot to Biafra, Republic government in exile, and today in United States of Biafra. Have you seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or heard him at any point in time come to court and speak against these organizations that are holding his legacy? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu never spoke against autopilot, not a single mention. He has never mentioned autopilot in any of his programs. He has had several opportunities to speak, and even in writing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never one day spoken about the government in exile, which he's very much aware. And today, we have now went further to establish that his dream, to fulfill it, by redeclaring Biafra, the United States of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not uttered any word against it. But what do you see today? Some people today who are outside claiming to be fighting for Biafra. They are the one in the forefront, destroying every single thing the Biafrans are putting in place for their freedom. And you see them boldly in their platform, playing the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu their leader. But meanwhile, you are doing totally 100% different from what your leader is doing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we have not seen him call for the death of any Biafran. We have not seen him attack any Biafran. His project has been the restoration of Biafra. Whenever you step out of line, he calls you to order and he moves. He never handed any Biafra over to the enemies. And anyone that is genuinely fighting for Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never open his mouth and speak against you. But today, go online and check. Go online and check. Different factions. Even when there is a structure, there is a structure that is in place all the way from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is a structure that is in place. That structure, from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he built and laid the foundation. When he laid the foundation, he by himself introduced Mazi Simon Ekpa as the new dimension. He wasn't in captivity when he made that introduction. He was not forced. Nobody pushed him. He didn't feel terrorized. He didn't feel cajoled. He didn't have any fear. He introduced the new dimension in a free world. That new dimension sprang up. They fought it and fought it and fought. Even people who claim to believe in him, they are still fighting it up to today. And they went ahead to push it back. Today, the United States of Biafra has been born. And that United States of Biafra was born by the new dimension that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu proclaimed. That new dimension gave instruction and said, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, take over and be my surrogate. It was a clear message, be my surrogate. Even without that message, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze has been in the position of the second in command as the COS, has represented Biafra in so many areas before the issue of Mazi Simon Ekpa. We have seen on several revelations of videos, on many revelations that were made through the videos that were revealed by the COS, because she is in charge. She has been in the cabinet, holding meetings and getting charge of information. The videos revealed have shown that she has been doing her work perfectly, while there are people who are bent on destroying what she's doing. There are some people who their own duty is to fight against government and show the world that the government is not intact. Today, you see your leader have been wearing the same clothes for 4 years, going to 5 years, in the same clothes, in humility, very, very consistent, answering the same question, asking, giving the same answer. I need Biafra. I want referendum. It is not about him. The only reason you are seeing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu here is because of you. It is because of me. And in case you don't get it, I want everybody to pay close attention to this very video that was made by our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, a long time ago. Listen carefully what he said. Listen carefully what he said. For those of you who are pretending not to know, maybe, just maybe, after listening to this program of our Prime Minister, you will understand better.
Other reason why he was kidnapped from Kenya, other than to end Biafra struggle. Because they know Biafra struggle is not a crime. It's not a crime. He can never ever be sentenced and convicted in Nigeria. Never. That is because there is no law. There is no law to convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you know what? The law empower them. Not even the law does not even empower them. Somehow, when they want to circumvent the law, to detain him as long as possible. You can imagine the people that were released the other day. 15 good years. 15 good years. Do you know 15 years? 15 years you can be anything you want to be in this life within 15 years. Within 15 years, your life, everything you want to be in this life, you can achieve it within 15 years. I am very serious. If you do not achieve it within 15 years, you are going to build the foundation to prepare you to what you are going to be in life within 15 years. But you know, those people were detained for 15 good years. At the end of the day, they were going to court. Of course, they have to see a reason to detain them. They take them to court for 15 good years, only to now release them that they could not convict. So when you stay in detention for 15 good years, you have which kind of prison I want to give you again? Okay? What it means is that in some state, in some country, you have served 30 years imprisonment. Are you aware of that? In some country, when you stay 15 years, because when they give you verdict, you have to, you know, sometimes in a place, depending on the country, you serve half of the verdict. Okay? You serve half. If they give you 10 years sentence, you are going to serve 5 years. Half of it. As a first timer. So if they give you 7 years, you serve 3.5. If they give you 30 years, you serve 15. So what kind of sentence are they going to give them? They have served systematically 30 good years for staying 15 years in prison. After 15 years, they acquitted them. So, my brother, this is the same thing these people want to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that cannot happen. So we need to, you know, when you come, you see, I want you to understand what I'm trying to say, because for you to do the right, to make the right choice, right decision, make right move, you must first of all understand why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in the first place. If you do not understand the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not kidnapped, then you are not supposed to be in the leadership of this movement. So the only reason why he was kidnapped was to end Biafra struggle, and now that thing is happening. So how do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released when the reason why he was abducted is already happening, and you are already succumbing to it? You know, I don't understand what is going on. When you talk, they say we are looking here, the case adjourned. You are going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case adjourned again. Believe me,
with what is going on now, you are already dancing to the tone of the government. The government wants the Biafra agitation to end. And because you have given them the green light that you are ending it, and we will not allow it to end. When you give the green light that you are ending the Biafra struggle, they will never ever release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until they succeed in making sure that you end everything. That was the reason. So what it means now is that it is only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that have the gut to request for Biafra. That is what it means. And if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told you he have millions of people following him who can be even more dangerous, you are proving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrong, including proving all those who are on social media saying, you think you're Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, don't worry, you are going to see other people worse than him. You have proven those people and you are proving them wrong, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why he said, I will not disappoint you, but you will disappoint me. Obidogo. It is happening. So my people, I want everybody to meditate on this. First of all, know the reason why he was abducted and kidnapped, and the extraordinary rendition to Nigeria is to stop Biafra struggle. And now they have tested you, you have fought for it, and you say, oh, if we do this thing now, they are not going to release him. Or let us stop everything. Some of them, they have even stopped playing the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's very appalling. I don't get it. Honestly, I don't know whoever that is advising this kind of thing. I don't know. Because Nigerian government can never ever release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when they have come to know that you are doing exactly why they.
This message is very clear and very, very raw. It's just like he said it today. Every single thing Mazi Samanaba said there is what is happening. And whenever you think you can stop the agitation so that they will do Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are only playing into the hand of the zoo. When you stop the agitation, you stop asking for Biafra, oh, that we should stop doing this or doing that so that the reason Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you only make them to hold him again and again and again. And you will continue to see adjournment, adjournment, and adjournment. Mazi Samanaba said that about 2 years ago. How many adjournment have you seen by then, since then? Even when Mazi Samanaba was making that video, we never believed that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will still be in jail for even a year. But you see people, while Mazi Samanaba is bent on holding on to that legacy to let them know, just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, even if you kill me, even if you take my life, there are thousands of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that will come out. We always say it, that there are people who are more brutal than Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But in other way around, after saying it, you come and begin to dance into the hand of the zoo. You are telling us, oh, don't do this, so that they don't call it this. Don't do this. Oh, it's not nice. Let us be silent, so that let us not provoke them. So that as long as you are withdrawing from that very agitation, you are withdrawing from that movement, you are only telling them to continue to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Until when you make them realize that our freedom does not depend on one man. That even when you hold one of us, you only inspire us to do more. That is what you see in Mazi Samanaba. Mazi Samanaba was able to prove to the zoo that holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a waste of time. We will still get Biafra. Today, Mazi Simon Ekpa is being held, and you see Dr. Ngozi Arabweze, the assignment she has today is to prove to the zoo that whether they hold Simon Ekpa or not, that we will continue to go. And that was why she went ahead to redeclare Biafra on the 29th of November 2024 against all odds. Why some clowns, some idiots, some people who doesn't have the foresight, we are telling her, don't declare. Oh, don't declare. Mazi Samaneko is not here. Let us wait for him. She went ahead to declare because that is the right thing to do. To show those people who took Mazi Samaneko away that Mazi Samaneko alone is not Biafra. Just like Mazi Samaneko showed the zoo that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone is not Biafra. When they heard Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Biafra was catapulted to the highest level. And that is what we are supposed to do today, to take Biafra to the highest level against all, no matter what you see. That is where Dr. Ngozi Orebeze is. That is why you see Dr. Ngozi Orebeze going on procedures, implementing more things. And today you see our capital, our embassy is going to be opened in Washington, D.C. on the 30th. Many more programs have been established under Dr. Ngozi Orebeze. You see the enacting of self-defense. Many laws have been promulgated. You see the decentralization of our liberation army. Many other things have been put in place as a government speaking boldly, doing everything now in the open, no longer hiding, making it much more solid and much more open that you can never imagine. And when they look, they say, these people are not stopping. They thought that holding Mazi Simon Ekpa, we will all scatter and run scatter. Even when they bought some people among us, the same way they bought people during the time of Mazi Simon Ekpa, they were fighting Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa never looked back. That same battle is still on today. And I thank God, I thank Chukwu Okeke that Dr. Ngozi Orebeze is not blinking. She is not even blinking, not even 1 minute. And that is why she is on top of the game and providing solutions. We are moving from grace to grace. We are moving from stages to stages. Many other things are being opened. And that is why today we are going to be live in Washington, D.C., where everything is happening to present our case before the whole world. Against all odds, you are going to see that on the 30th. And every one of us has to be there. And I bet you everything that is being done today, our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very much aware. And no matter what comes out today as their conclusion, we are not going back.
No fear for our land. We go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogwu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orebeze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
Face many things we know fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity we hold the land. From night.
Welcome back. I appreciate everyone that has connected. I can see my beloved brother Greg is here already with me. Yeah, welcome, my beloved brother Greg. Take the mic and speak to Biafrans while we continue to move on and look forward to the other things that are coming up. Go ahead, my beloved brother Greg. Let's hear you.
Good afternoon, Mazi. Good afternoon, the Biafrans. Good afternoon, all the media. My prayers to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, today in Nigeria court. We pray that God will strengthen him and his team fighting for the Biafra, fighting for freedom, fighting for our unborn children's freedom, fighting for justice for Biafra, fighting for justice for the whole ethnic city in Nigeria, fighting for the freedom for the whole Africa, fighting for justice. We pray that God, who made heaven and earth, who owns east, west, north, and south, the God who owns everything that breathes, the God who owns every wind and sun and moon and stars, and he that seen that unseen will be the one to represent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Biafra in Nigerian court. The presence of God will take over the whole court, and the enemies of Biafra will be on panic, and Simon Nnamdi Kanu will stand. He will stand like the Moses of old.
You see?
That God made him, he said, I will make you a God before your enemies. So Nnamdi Kanu will turn to be a God before the enemies of Biafra and enemies of Nnamdi Kanu in the presence of Nigeria court today. And so shall it be.
You see?
Thank you. And we pray for our leader, Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, that wherever he is, the same angel that led Nnamdi Kanu, that has sustained Nnamdi Kanu these years, will be his strength.
Okay.
And since Nnamdi Kanu did not fail, I can never fail. He is Simon Ekpa Njoko, the Prime Minister of Biafra, will never fail.
You see?
That is our prayer this afternoon. Thank you, God, for hearing these prayers.
See?
Yes, my brother, Mazi, choose. You know, when we are talking all this while, it touches me when you talked about the sacrifice that Nnamdi Kanu is paying. It touches when you are paying sacrifice for people who don't know the value of the sacrifice. It pains when you turn around and you see that those people who call you Mazi, Mazi, Mazi are the ones who are stabbing you. Those who come closer to you. It will not pain Nnamdi Kanu if a man in the area. It will not pain Nnamdi Kanu if Obi Kubana. It will not pain Nnamdi Kanu if innocent. It will not pain Nnamdi Kanu today if Aberibe or Purpose of them and Soludo them is not standing for him. It will pain Nnamdi Kanu more when me and you choose is not standing on the agreement we had with him that we are going for freedom, because he did not have the agreement with these people going for freedom. So it will hurt him too much when the Radio Biafra, when Chike Doziem, when China Samuel, when they are powerful, when all these people betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and went to negotiate with politicians, which Nnamdi Kanu led cause. Cause be to him who will tell me that Enweke is a mayor and we want to go for presidency while we are looking for freedom. If Nnamdi Kanu were looking for Igbo presidency, Nnamdi Kanu wouldn't have tested any jail. Highest he will be in every part of the world protesting that Igbos are supposed to rule, and nobody will take him to jail. But Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for freedom. It will not pain him if all these Igbo politicians, which he did not go into agreement, which he did not go into oath with, and say, nobody will turn back. Only what will stand is freedom and nothing but freedom. And when he raises his two hands and he raises it up, they say Biafra or nothing. When he raises two hands, he say IPOB, one family. When he raises his two hands, they will say Nnamdi Kanu, there is no negotiation for Biafra. But today, Chike Dozie worked for negotiation. Chinasanwo killed people because they refused to say, no, we will not back down for sit at home. We will not follow the ESN you hand over to Igbo governors. They were killed and buried. How will it hurt Nnamdi Kanu? How is the land of Biafra being hurt today? How are the mothers of Biafra crying, both spiritually and physically? Those ones that died for the sake of Biafra. And group of people come out and say, we agree together. They put their hands together and say, we put our hand in our chest. What we agree is no Biafra, no nothing. And we agree to form ESN. And we have to defend our land because they have been cleaned us because we have not have anything to defend ourselves. And some people went and sabotaged it. And they turn around and start accusing those who are fighting. How will you hurt Nnamdi Kanu if Nnamdi Kanu is in the prison and the one that called himself Oruago in Orunketa or whatever in South Africa is there telling them to ask Nnamdi Kanu question? If Nnamdi Kanu is the one asking people to defend the Biafra or fight the terrorists in Biafra land, they should ask him, because we want to know. How will he pay Nnamdi Kanu that these kind of people are people who were behind him? And today, Nnamdi Kanu is still standing gidibam gidibam. Nnamdi Kanu is still wearing one shirt for the past 5 years. Nnamdi Kanu has still stand on non-negotiable. Nnamdi Kanu has been fighting every kind, both spiritually, physically, and legally, to make sure that he stands for that thing here. He is convinced that he must do to free his people. And today, people are still sabotaging Nnamdi Kanu. How will Simon Ekpan feel? Will Simon Ekpan will know that some weeks before the declaration of Biafra, that he worked for years, for more than 3 years, with sleepless nights. On the January 2024, he decided that Biafra must be declared. And he said, we have 1 year to work for it and plan and make sure that we put everything in the place so that we will not be shaken. How will he pen Simon Ekpan that he did the same thing that Nnamdi Kanu did? As if Nnamdi Kanu knew that they are going to kidnap him. 2 weeks or a week before the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he went and fasted and prayed for everything that concerns Biafra. And he warned them that they are going to be betrayed. They will be betrayed, and they are going to promise them everything on this earth. And they are going to promise them anything to make sure that they betray, but their betrayal will not stop Biafra. And after all this warning, they all still fall into that trap. Before he was kidnapped, after he was kidnapped, after 2 weeks of that message, How will he pay Simon Ekman that 2 weeks before the federal government of Finland want to take him away from us? Nnamdi Kanu gather his cabinets. After all the gang up and all the whole thing they did to make sure that Dr. Ngozi is out of the way, he said, no. If I appoint somebody, respect that person that I appointed. He cried and cried and cried. And 2 weeks before he was taken away, he gathered all his cabinet and asked question. I want everybody to tell me his problem with Dr. Ngozi because I want to settle this once and for all before we move into what we are doing. He asked them, all of them, question one by one, that he wants a reconciliation, as if he knew what is coming. And he warned them not to fall into the trap of becoming a kind of forming a gang, forming a cabal, that you might be in cabal without knowing it. And he warned them against the cabal. And he warned them against hatred. Against hatred for Dr. Ngozi. And at the same time, they all fall into that very trap. So, that will show you the kind of things that we are passing through. So that is the problem. Just 1 minute, choose.
Okay. So, my fellow Biafrans, as we are speaking, I have always told you that you must not be surprised in whatever you hear. Do not be surprised in whatever you hear in this court today. Updates are already coming in, and I will try as much as I can to bring up some of those updates so that you can see them. It is something that we can be surprised about. As I have said before, no matter what happens, no matter what you see, do not be moved. Do not be surprised. Do not be shaken. Everything is possible. When it comes to the Zoological Republic, they can do anything, I mean anything, to protect their evil agenda. When it comes to the Zoological Republic, they can do anything, I mean anything possible. So,
yeah,
they can never be trusted. That is why
that from me or from you? Because it's breaking.
Always is that anytime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court, it is just for us to learn a lesson. That is why anytime he appears is for us to learn a lesson. And just watch and learn a lesson from his already. Are you there?
Your voice is breaking, Mazi. Choose. I don't know if it's from me or from you.
Okay, go on. I can hear you now. I don't know where that is. Whether from my side or your side. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry, my brother. Somebody called me on the phone then. So, just as I was saying, that how will our PM feel if after all this is agony and stress and everything, build everything that he's supposed to, put everything in place to make sure that after this declaration that everything will just go smoothly, that there shall be no anything like obstruction. He planned everything to make sure that everything went okay. And he tried to make sure that there is a peace. And the people who doesn't want peace, who doesn't want the Biafra, as I can say it, who have something already in their mind. The group of them, as they ganged up themselves, knowing fully well what they want. Some have their own agenda. Some are being bought by Nigerian government. Some have their own personal interest in Biafra. Some looking for position, and that blinded them as many as they are. Immediately, Simon Ekpan, PM, was taken away. In that 48 hours, they betrayed him. Under 48 hours, the whole thing he built for these years, they tried to destroy it. They do everything to make sure that there will be no more anything like declaring Biafra on this time. They asked that the Biafra should not be declared. Without defining what they knew that we don't know. Without telling us this is why Biafra will not be declared. Why must we declare Biafra? And even when Simon Ekpa was there, they did not question Simon Ekpa and tell Simon Ekpa, no, Biafra cannot be declared because maybe Nnamdi is not there. Maybe the vote was this. Maybe we are not having this. Maybe we are not having that. All of a sudden, they say, no, Biafra will not be declared. What is the reason? Nothing. Just Biafra cannot be declared. And he asked them why. People contributed money. People bought their tickets, made hotel reservations, advertisement everywhere, both home and abroad, and every part of the world. Nigerian government was shaking. Nigerian government was panicking. And somebody come and say, I asked the military not to act anymore. And how they managed to accept those kind of message, I don't know. Every time I would ask myself this question. How could they, in the first place, accept that kind of message? How could they have accepted any kind of break after Samuel was taken? So it is a shame. And now God help us with a woman who stand on her feet and say, no, what will I tell myself? I am Dr. Ngozi Orebeze. I came to this struggle because I want Biafra. What will I tell myself? I am a lady that spent my years, I've been to school, I'm educated. So how can it be that something that handed over to me, I cannot handle it? How can it be that after my qualification, I would not know what I'm supposed to do? How can it be that somebody that doesn't have anything to offer as a qualification or exposure added by degree or in anything to control what somebody has masters in law? Simon Ekpa. And he made me his surrogate, knowing fully well that I am educated, just like he is educated and is exposed, and knowing his left from his right. And I will come and buy the idea of somebody because he must have accepted something from the Nigerian government. And to stand and tell me, no, Biafra will not be declared. I know there is no money in the account. Excuses start coming from east to west, north and south, only just to frustrate that opportunity that they see or they saw that particular time. Because those people who are pushing them and telling them, now Simon Ekpan is not there, you can now act. If you don't take that position to make sure that this Biafra is not declared, then what do we pay you all this while? What have we been fighting? You have been given an excuse that Ngozi Orebeze, they have blocked a lot of things in order to get to Simon Ekpan, to distract what we are doing. Now that Simon Ekpan, we're taking Simon Ekpan away, why can't you act now? You can change all those things. And Ngozi Orebeze stand gidigam, say, whether they like it or not, Biafra must be declared. And that was what happened on the 29th of November 2027. and Biafra declared. And that Biafra declaration gave more spirit and life to Nnamdi Kanu. He gave Nnamdi Kanu life. He knew that he was not fighting alone. That even when Chikadesium them have sold ESN and have a deal with Soludo, have a deal with the politicians, have a deal with Tinubu's son, going up and down with Atiku and Obi, all of them, that there is people who are still standing. I heard that Biafra had been declared and the name is United States of Biafra. Nnamdi Kanu stand and said, I will not die. I will not die. I will not die. They don't know that the weight of that pronunciation. I am not going to die. Biafra had been declared. And Nnamdi Kanu will not die. Nnamdi Kanu will not die. Biafra had been declared. His spirit become powerful and strong again. People don't understand it. I will not die. Biafra had been declared. And that is what I have been fighting for. And that is why I am here. And that is why we do what we do. Because of the treatment my people are facing today. The same treatment are giving me here. Even the court have pronounced that I have not committed any crime. And you are still holding me. I am not going to die. I am not going to die because I have somebody like Dr. Ngozi Arabeze. I have somebody like Simon Ekpan. I have somebody like Choose. I have somebody like Awumbewe. I have somebody, many of them who are standing on the right track. And Biafra will not die. Nnamdi Kanu will not die. Another will Simon Ekpa die in the prison. Biafra will definitely come accomplished. Today he is standing for us in that continued fighting in Nigerian court, and nothing is going to happen to him because his spirit will be filled with the spirit of his ancestors who knows what the Igbos are fighting for. Look at the Igbos in the Edo State. How somebody that trying to force them, change their nature, trying to make sure that Igbos are cut in size and that Igbos will not be expanded. The areas and the land that God has given unto them, they continue reducing them. When the Yorubas are expanding to Benin, even the Yorubas continue mentioning their people that are in Brazil. But the Igbos that are in Igbo land, because the state they put them in Edo State, they're trying to subject them to death, trying to tell them you must be Benin. When you don't have the culture of Benin, when you don't have the culture of Edo State, you have the Igbo culture, even though you're in Edo State, and they're trying to tell you, no, shut up. You must be a Benin person because they want to cut you short and make sure that they close that name, Igbo. But it is impossible because who God bless, no one cursed. Thank you for now. Let me give my brother a chance to talk. God bless you.
Thank you so much, my brother Greg. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And my fellow Biafrans, before I hand the mic to my brother Maxwell, I want to bring some updates to your notice. There are some updates that is coming up, and I want us to look at those updates that is coming up from the court. Those updates that come up is some of the things we are saying that you can never, ever trust the Zoological Republic. They never meant well for us, and we will never listen to whatever they have. I told you that whenever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court, we only come to learn lessons, but not to expect anything positive from these people. You can see the update. It said, breaking. Court grant request to shield prosecution witnesses in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's terrorism trial. The court have finally agreed that the witness will be hidden. This is what it means, that they will hide the witness. The person that will come and witness against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for terrorism, they are going to hide the identity. They will hide the face. They will not allow us to know who the person is or allow the person to come and testify in the public. It will be hidden. Something we have said, if the person is confident and you know that truly Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed any form of terrorism, be bold enough to come out and testify. Why are you hiding? But today, the court have upheld that very decision they have upheld that decision that the person who will testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on terrorism will be hidden from the public. Just like they said before, that they're going to cover the person. You're not going to know who the person is. You're not going to know the name or person. So anybody can testify, including a Janjaweed can come and testify. Anybody can hide under the curtain and speak. Even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the members of the court, nobody is going to know the person who is going to speak. They will just cover the person up and they will just hear the voice and present it and use it against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even when he has not committed it. This is what the court ruled today. This is one of the updates that the court ruled today as a breaking news. And the second one again that came up, I'm going to bring up the second one so that while the people with me on stage here will be speaking, they will be digging into this very aspect of this very development we are seeing, because that is why we are here, to bring to Biafrans what is going on. You know, for a very long time, we have been debating that issue. Those, just like the other idiot who is now in jail, who thought that he's going to serve the zoo and go scot-free, was saying he's going to testify and testify. And so many of them are lined up to testify, including members of IPOB Nigeria, who want to testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are several of them. So they have succeeded in getting that very cover for themselves. They will hide and they will testify and provide whatever evidence they say they have. And now, I think one of the issue has already been raised up, and it says here, resolution. After airing of evidence presented by the prosecution's first testimony, they have already taken the first testimony. The first testimony have already been taken. And it says, after airing of evidence presented by the prosecution's first testimony, the defendant, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has denied accusation of inciting violence through his broadcast, insisting that his well-televised, streamlined audio message was directed in exerting the right to self-determination of the Igbo race. Stay tuned. They have already aired the first one, an incitement to indict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is already putting his defense that his streamlined telecast, the broadcast image, was televised across and streamed across the whole world, both audio and video. He was there, and the message was directed in exerting the right to self-defense, and that is what it is: self-determination. Everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been preaching from day one is on self-determination. Self-determination, that is his message. And self-determination is not a crime, has never been a crime anywhere. International law supports self-determination. African peoples and human rights law supports self-determination. Even Nigerian zoological law itself has self-determination in it, because they sign it up in African peoples and human rights law. Nigeria signed that treaty. So self-determination that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been preaching in his broadcast is not a crime, has never been a crime. That is one of the defense that have been put forward while we are waiting to get some other updates, and we will continue to relate to Biafran people. My beloved brother Maxwell, go ahead and take the mic. My brother Maxwell, go ahead. Take the mic. Are you there, my brother Max? Are you there, Max?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Thank you thank you so much, Mazi Chicks. Good morning to you. Good morning to my Namoche Craig. Good morning to each and every one of you in the comment section. Yes, sir. Please like and share this broadcast so that other people will come in to join us, please. And as you do that, may Chukwu Kikabiyama continue to bless you. May God bless my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless Simon Ekpa. May God bless the piloter of this United States of Biafra as we see it now. May God protect each and every one of you, both home and abroad. Those that are fighting and contributing in any way, no matter how small. I say, may God continue to bless you more as you contribute for the freedom of your ancestral land. Nobody, no white man will do it for us. It is only us that are going to do it. Nobody will do it. Ghanaians won't do it for us. Ivorians won't do it for us. Rather, it is we ourselves, us, that are going to do it. As we do that, God will never allow our efforts to go in vain. Mazi Chooks, I said it before I came in here. I saw the news on the breaking news on Vanguard that those that are going to testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be hooded. They will be hooded. Where a witness, I don't know Nigeria. What is wrong with these people? Everything is wrong with Nigeria. Everything is wrong with Nigeria. Whosoever that is validating and defending that corrupt system is evil, just like Nigeria. Are you conducting a sting operation? Is that a sting operation or covert? Why going there? Hooded? If these people are really sure of themselves, like you just said, what stops you from appearing in person? Why are you hiding? Why are you being hooded to go and testify in a case as horrific as treasonable offense? Is that what Nigeria can? Anyway, I am not shocked, because a country that kills their own people when they are even flying flags, a country that will round up agitators and buy them, a country that will invade and send boots in Biafra land where there is no war. I listened to one of our elder sister, Nnamdi, the other day on a video when she was covering the sit at home. Didn't I say it here? That police people collected about 30 or 40 or 50,000 from someone who is a student of Futo, whose brother is in abroad, enforcing sit at home. They told him, don't you know that today is sit at home? Why are you not sitting at home? Because of that, they collected money from him. They collected money from him. The same thing this our sister said. 90% her own, because I would believe her own because she's an indigene. 90% of the evil that is going on in Biafra land is caused by these security agents, the army, police, DSS, and the rest of them. The inter-society said 80%. I don't doubt these people. I am not surprised. They can turn stone into bread. Nigeria can turn stone into bread. They can change the truth and make it. You see it happening. When they vote, they will go and change the other one and put the other one. America wonder, abracadabra. The more you look, the less you see. This is what they do, and they will not stop it at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will continue to do it. How will you now bring people to go and testify? In a horrific case as terrorism, who did? What the senior advocate that is representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, didn't he object to that? The legal team, how can they allow that to happen?
As you can see, they have accepted it, and that's why the case is going on.
Because we did not see any argument or objection raised on hooding, witnesses to come. Look, let me tell you, these are going to be Igbo-speaking Biafrans. They are not going to be any Yoruba. There will never be any Yoruba. There will never be, from where I am standing or from where I'm coming from. If Ijele was to be out today, he will go and testify even without hooding himself. I am telling you, he will be there. In fact, don't be surprised that those people that are going to testify, some of them are governors. Some of them are governors. Because I have Peter Mpa say he's going to Finland to go and testify against. Did he hide it? Did he hide it? He did not hide it. The people that are going to testify against their own brother is the brothers and sisters of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as well. In Rwanda, or is it in Rwanda, when they were trying, or in Kenya, when they were trying some political people, I think it is in Kenya. ICJ or ICC, investigators, they went to Kenya, they were asking people questions. These people refused to answer them. Go and check it. They refuse. They say we will not say anything that is going to, something that is going to, implicate our own. They refuse to talk. They say they will not talk. And that was how the man was, for lack of evidences, that was how the man was. He's a Kenyan man, I think. You can browse it or anybody can check it and let me know. But the Igbo-speaking Biafrans, no, they cannot. Instead of, if it is not me, let everything scatter. That is the habit, that is the spirit of some of our Igbo people. The people of my mother. That is the kind of habit some of them have. Look at what is going on. They are not going to fetch anybody from anywhere to come and testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Rather, the people, his brothers and sisters, those that he is also fighting for. This is how sad it is. This is to tell you the kind of problem that we are facing. Don't get it wrong, my brother. There is no outsider that is coming to, testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, apart from the people that he came from the same household. I am telling you the truth. I'm not surprised, though. I am not surprised. But look, I would like to tell our people today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not just wake up, pick up the fight for freedom of the Biafran people and the fight against Nigeria for the freedom of his people, the fight against the collaborators, United Kingdom, and their collaborators, their cohorts as well. Just like that. He stood up because God led him. No matter what happened, the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in the hands of Chukwu Gabiama that brought him forth. That is what I will assure you. If you are thinking of getting justice from that zoological republic, a country that is worse than zoo, in animal kingdom self, at least lion has respect. Rhinos, they have respect. Animals give respect to who respect is due. If not, they will bite you. They will kill you. In Nigeria, there is nothing like that. There is nothing. Is everybody on their own. God for us all. That is how it is. But let's be praying for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because something is going to happen that is going to shake that country. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to shake that country. Don't be bothered with whatever that is going to happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. By the grace of God, he is going to be released. And he is coming out with the freedom of his people. It be that time they will be negotiating with him, and it is too late. Just like Ingila told them. They will be negotiating, but that time it will be too late. Nigeria is an evil country that you cannot just, what they would do, you can just gaze at what they are going to do, and you will get it right. Anyway, there is nothing that is hidden under the sun. Let the people go and testify, hooding themselves, hooded, then we will see what will happen. There is no how you cover the smoke. The smoke will surely come out. We will know them and we will see them as well. Let them go. Is it not Nigeria? Is there anything secret in Nigeria? Nothing is secret in Nigeria. Everything will be exposed. Let them go and do their thing. There are foolish people that doesn't know how to protect their own people. The only thing they know how to do is to begin to find way to crucify, send your own brother or your own sister into the slaughter slab. Ndị obi ọjọọ, ndị arụmala. Ụfọdụ ndị Igbo wụ ndị arụmala. Arụmala ha itinye na mmiri ọ ga-egbutere gị azụ. Ndị oshi na ndị arụmala. Ndị ụchụ. The ihere. You are going there to go and stand and testify against your own brother. If you are man enough or woman enough, why can't you go there in person without hooding yourself? No matter what they do, my brothers and sisters, the will of God will prevail upon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, and the Biafran people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Maxwell. I thank you for that line of thought. And the Biafrans, wherever you are, no matter what you see, no matter what you hear, do not be moved. Every time you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appearing on the same cloth for the past 4 or 5 years now, it has a significance. Consistency personified to the highest level. He has never sold out his faith. What he told us before, that is where he stands today. Remember what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said in the past. He has never changed. And his stance has always been a call for self-determination. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was calling for self-determination and nothing more. He has been calling for and that self-determination is the right of every human being living on the planet Earth. That right is supported by international law, supported by African Peoples and Human Rights law, and supported by the Zoological Republic law. But when it comes to a Biafran, they make you a terrorist because you are asking for your freedom. They want us to remain enslaved. It doesn't matter the name they call us, we would not stop. Every one of us that is watching Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today in the court, I want you to know where we are coming from so that you not be moved. If you know where we are coming from and the situation of this case, you will know that the persecution is orchestrated intentionally against the Biafrans. That is where you see the global conspiracy we are talking about. I want us to listen to this very word of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu again. For you to know that every single thing you are seeing them do today is just a show. They have done it before and they failed from the lower to the highest court. And today they are just revisiting and doing the same thing, trying to see if they can maneuver one or two things and put in place. Just as you have seen, they have succeeded in pushing forward people who will come and testify who did. They won't tell us the name. They won't tell us who they are. They are not going to appear in person. And they will testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the court will use their testimony. And we are waiting to hear what they're going to testify. Already we have seen the argument they present. The first argument now is the broadcast. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was instigating violence or terrorism through workers. And the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still online. It was based on self-determination. The foundation of the message is self-determination, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. But I want you to listen to this again. Before we come back and continue, then I will give the mic to my brother Akonyo with it. Let's listen to this. This was in the past. The last thing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the last time, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu explained the situation of this case, I want you to listen.
All these things are online. It's very, very clear. In all this is judgment of the Supreme Court. It made it very clear that even that the impartiality of the judge is questionable. And it's here. Where is it? Please do bear with me. It says it here. What is it? Page what is that again? Where it says all these things are online. Is it on page 18? All these things are online. So I suggest that the journalists in this country actually take out time to do some basic research. It's not difficult, just minor research. You will understand the vacuousness, the emptiness of all the charges against me.
Page 18, right?
Okay. They kept switching the charges. Yes. They said I committed this crime in England, isn't it? Yes. I made a broadcast in England.
Yes.
And in 9 charges leveled against me, this place where I committed this crime was London, in the United Kingdom.
Yes.
When my lawyers came to see me,
to discuss
I had a discussion with them about how I'm going to defend myself. I told them that no court in Nigeria has jurisdiction to try me. Because since this offense was committed in England, so they said, it's only a UK court that can give a Nigerian court the authority to proceed, isn't it?
Yeah, based on that, they removed London.
Based on that, they now amended the charge again and removed London.
Location of the broadcast.
Location of the broadcast. Contrary to section 196,
174 of the Terrorism Prevention Act 2022.
In violation of their own laws. Violation of their own laws. And you want me to stand trial under such circumstances? Is that possible? Nnamdi Kanu to stand trial where all these shenanigans are going on? It's not possible. Of the Igbo people. This orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Now you have seen where we are coming from. For you to understand the true nature of this case, that it has no barriers, but they are trying by all means to force something upon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And for your information as a Biafran, Mazi Simon Ekpa left an information that will keep us on our toe at all times, even in the absence of Mazi Simon Ekpa. Today, I want you to remember this message that Mazi Simon Ekpa left for us. This is the answer to the situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do not forget it. If you forget it, you are your own. Pay attention and let's listen.
Other reason why he was kidnapped from Kenya, other than to end Biafra struggle. Because they know Biafra struggle is not a crime. It's not a crime. He can never ever be sentenced and convicted in Nigeria. Never. That is because there is no law. There is no law to convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you know what? The law empower them. Not even the law does not even empower them. Somehow, when they want to circumvent the law, to detain him as long as possible. You can imagine the people that were released the other day. 15 good years. 15 good years. Do you know 15 years? 15 years you can be anything you want to be in this life within 15 years. Within 15 years, your life, everything you want to be in this life, you can achieve it within 15 years. I am very serious. If you do not achieve it within 15 years, you are going to build the foundation to prepare you to what you are going to be in life within 15 years. But you know, those people were detained for 15 good years. At the end of the day, they were going to court. Of course, they have to see a reason to detain them. They take them to court for 15 good years, only to now release them that they could not convict. So when you stay in detention for 15 good years, which kind of prison I want to give you again? Okay? What it means is that in some state, in some country, you have served 30 years imprisonment. Are you aware of that? In some country, when you stay 15 years, because when they give you verdict, you have to, you know, sometimes in a place, depending on the country, you serve half of the verdict.
I don't want us to be carried away or get confused. I want you to pay attention to the very first statement Mazi Simon made here. If you think that anything is upon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nothing, but they can hold him for as long as they want. In order, as they circumvent the law, they can hold him for as long as they want. They can bring him as many times as he will continue to go to court for as long as they want and desire. But if we want him to be free, there is one thing we have to do. And he also spoke about that. But before we go to that section, let me repeat that word again. Pay good attention to what Mazi Simon has to say here. Very important.
Other reason why he was kidnapped from Kenya, other than to end Biafra struggle. Because they know Biafra struggle is not a crime. It's not a crime. He can never ever be sentenced and convicted in Nigeria. Never. That is because there is no law. There is no law to convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But you know what? The law empower them. Not even the law does not even empower them. Somehow, when they want to circumvent the law, to detain him as long as possible. You can imagine the people that were released the other day.
Did you hear that? They circumvent the law, and that empowers them to hold him for as long as they want. Do you now get what is happening? So when you see all this drama in the court, do not be moved. You should have prepared for today. That is why I come online always. I say that whenever they are bringing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I am not expecting any miracle to happen or whatever to happen, because we know where they are going and where they are headed. The person they are bringing has no case. So we need to prepare our mind. Most importantly, have it at the back of your mind that the restoration of Biafra is not dependent on one person, no particular individual. Stop making restoration of Biafra dependent on one person, not on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not on Mazi Simon, but not on Dr. Obeze. It is dependent on every single Biafran. As long as there is a Biafran alive, Biafra must come. My brother Akonye, go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear you.
Good morning, Uncle Chuks.
Good morning, you're welcome.
Greetings to all in the house. Thank you for your good work. I always appreciate and thank you for the wonderful thing you are doing. My own stand has been my stand concerning our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I am not even moved or being amazed by the court approving people to testify, either covering their face or behind the bar. So all those things are no. You know, the last time we appeared in court, it is on your program and Okocha Marcel program. I told Okocha that if Tinubu will release Nnamdi, it will be after his political calculation. If he knows that the assurance that he is going to win 2027, because as he's touring around South now, people are discussing to it with their structure. Ubara has gone to Abuja to go and apologize to Wiki. And if they are assured, if Ubara assured them that if you reinstate me, Rivers will be for you. So it will perfect that one. The southeast side, the southeast someone mic is on. The southeast vote. Now, if all the calculation that Tinubu is doing, he now come to terms that if he now releasing Nnamdi, Southeastern will vote for him, and then from the little vote he is going to Ghana from North, he will win. He will release Nnamdi. But if he do his calculation and see that he is not going to win 2027, Tinubu will not release Nnamdi. The only thing that will release Nnamdi Kanu is when all of us that are shouting for Biafra realize. I'm not saying it to denigrate anybody or make anybody look stupid. When we all realize the meaning of Biafra, moved from the meaning of Biafra, and now make our calculations starting from when all these our leaders started shouting for Biafra, from Ojukwu, how Ojukwu fell, from Wazirike, what made Wazirike to fail, and move down to Nnamdi and to Simon. Now, the two of our leaders that are behind bar now, we will be able to know how to position ourselves. The best strategy we will use that will as well get our leaders out of detention and give us freedom. But if we continue on this trajectory, any person that raises his head, as Dr. Ngozi is fighting today, a time will come, he will scare through, just as Simon scared through. Those apes and those fools that are in the struggle, but they do not know what the struggle means, they will now resort to ensuring with the backing of the West to get the leader again behind back. And I have my point. When Simon, before they arrested Simon, all over Nigeria, all the bloggers, those that insulted Simon, those that was still insulting Simon, all their topic was release Nnamdi if you cannot maintain peace in the southeast. Governors, they gathered, every Dick and Harry was talking about release Nnamdi. Each time they took Nnamdi to court, they would call Simon, come and talk. Simon would say he has nothing to talk about Nnamdi, but when they are tired, they will release Nnamdi. As they arrested Simon, all those people, if we can track anybody that is tracking all the bloggers, maybe the people you do follow, how many of them, even the news media, the mainstream media in Nigeria, how many of them were still consistent in talking about releasing Nnamdi? Is it not when they arrested Simon that Soludo said that even releasing Nnamdi will not bring peace to the southeast? So that is my point. And this Biafra, that me, I am speaking for it to come. I do not only speak here, I make my research, I try to understand the West, and I said it. Donald Trump will not do anything, even in the releasing of Nnamdi, or even giving us Biafra, up until our people realize. Let's assume, I keep saying it, that Simon was around to declare Biafra. We declared Biafra and stayed maybe 2 weeks beforehand touched him. All this story we are saying will not be like this today. All the fools that followed him, the chameleons that said, that made it known to all that they are behind Simon. They sustained the race, sustained the movement. The pace Simon was going, Nigerian government would have released Nnamdi. But immediately, they were all wove in sheep clothing. Immediately, on a norm, the freedom fighter will be where Simon is today. It's either you are in detention, you are dead, or you are in exile. As in exile, I'm not talking of the one we are, that you guys are speaking. I'm talking of the one Ojukwu went on, that he left, he has communicated himself. Those are the places, the best places for people that are seeking for freedom fighters. Now, all of them, everything degenerated. The West that are fighting us, the Nigerian system that are fighting us, the same thing that happened when they catch Nnamdi. Even worst of it is happening now. And you are talking of Nigerian government to release Nnamdi. And you are talking of people not to put themselves to come and testify. But one thing I know that gives me joy is that, at the end of our discussion, we will say Biafra at last, and Biafra will come. Biafra will come. But this generation, they will receive it hot. I track many news. I search many places trying to understand what we are in as Africans. And I discover that when the time will come, many people in position disappointment in what they go recently created Simon. ndị chere ha gana hapụ ịgazi onye ahụ na-akọba inyo akọba ọnụ Tinubu calculate cha whether ma ọ ga-win 2027 o nwere ike o were Nnamdi mee campaign ọ bụrụ na ọ calculate na ọ ga-win or Tinubu jidere Nnamdi is he the one that arrested the Nnamdi Kanu? He will leave Nnamdi Kanu there. Then when they Fulani when they finish their calculation, all their distance with the West, because of the resources in Biafra land and in Nigeria, as they are dealing with the Plateau and the Benue today, when they are done with it, they will start hitting hard. That if we reach all of us, people will come and say, where is Nnamdi? Same people that are saying kill Simon today, they will as well come and say, where is Simon? And I pray of their life then. If people know, they should know. So keep doing what you are doing. That has been my stand. Preach, dig out the information, analyze it. For people that care to know, those that do not care to know, let them keep on gossiping. Let them keep on shouting. Let them keep talking about money. When the West finish their calculation, they will deal with our people. Then we will realize that West are not there for us because they cannot destroy their shops so that they will go hungry. By the time we understand what the West have in hand for us, we will come together and do the right thing. Thank you. That's my list.
Mazi Chuk, we can't hear you. You are muted.
Oh, sorry. Thank you so much, my brother. Every Biafran, I want you to prepare for whatever that is coming. Prepare for the worst. Just like my brother Akonyo said some time ago, and many of us misunderstood him. There is something you must know. That is why I play that message of Mazi Simon Ekpa. At the end of the message, later on, I'm going to play the message full so that people who didn't hear the message full will hear it. I'm going to play the message full. I just play the part I wanted to use for now. If you make your enemy know that he's holding something that is very important to you, that your enemy will never, ever release it. If you put so much importance on what your enemy is holding, you show your enemy that your life depends on what is in his hand. I bet you are finished. Every one of us will have this in the back of their mind. Whenever your enemy realizes that your life is in his hand and that he's holding something that is so dear to you that you can't afford to do without, you are gone. If you understand this very fact, you will understand the importance of Mazi Simon Ekpa while he was with us. And now you understand what we are supposed to do now that Mazi Simon Ekpa is silenced for a while. Just like my brother Akonyo said, while Mazi Simon Ekpa was around, every platform, governors, elites, media, they were all in support of the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because of the immense pressure. They saw that the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was completely useless in their hand. They saw that Biafra was even coming with the strongest strength that they can ever imagine. And they began to beg. They were wishing that, how they wish that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is out. They were all eulogizing Mazi, but all of a sudden, when they succeeded in manipulating you, using some of us to take our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa away from the picture, they kind of observe a silence. They use their so-called lawmakers and utter the speech, and they watch your reaction. When they made that statement, they came, all the senators in the Southeastern parts came and said they do not support the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. What was your reaction? What did you do? They played that game to watch and study the reaction of the people. They studied the reaction of people. And some of you were talking rubbish. Some of you were very, very negative. And they went back and planned their strategy. And they are coming up with a, go and check their media. How many of them today is outraged? How many of them were outraged with that statement of the senators? How many media was outraged? How many people did you come on their platform and see the outrage of the comment of those senators? The so-called governors who said they were calling for his release, what did they do? After all, they were the people that sent those senators to go and make that move.
Mazi Chooks, the same governors, I said it here earlier on. Sorry. The same governors, they will be the same people that will hood themselves to go and testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm telling you the truth. These are the same people. The same people. Thank you.
So they threw that game and all of us fell for it. Today, what we are supposed to do today is to take up the responsibility of, I said it in my program yesterday, was it yesterday that Biafra is not tied on anybody. Biafra restoration is not tied on anybody. Not on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, not on Mazi Simon Ekpa, not on Dr. Ngozi Orebeze. It is on all of us. And what we are supposed to do is to follow the structure. The foundation have been led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Unshaken, Mazi Simon Ekpa came and built on that foundation, made it stronger than ever. The only thing we have to do is to follow that structure that was given to Mazi Simon Ekpa, which he handed over to us and gave us a surrogate. Mazi Simon Ekpa he didn't leave us without a leader. Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not leave Biafrans without a leader. He gave us the new dimension. He didn't leave us empty. You cannot say he left. He didn't leave us empty. With the first opportunity he has, he gave us that leader. Even when he gave us, before ever he was taken away, he gave us a leader. When he pronounced the new dimension. In the first opportunity he had, when he was kidnapped and extradited, extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, he used that opportunity to give that same order that Mazi Simon Ekpa should take charge. Mazi Simon Ekpa did not leave us without a leader. He gave us a surrogate. With the first opportunity he has, before they began to manipulate, the way they manipulated the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, before they went into the manipulation, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released a leader. Before manipulation of the message of Mazi Simon Ekpa, he released a leader. What we are supposed to do is to support the leader, Dr. Ngozi Orebeze, the deputy prime minister. Support her. Let us raise the standard. Let us bring hell upon these people and continue to forge ahead on the structure laid down by Mazi Simon Ekpa. That structure where he interpreted the true meaning of self-defense. We are going after those who are taking the life of our brothers and sisters, those who say we will not have peace, those who have denied us our freedom. We are going after them to take our freedom by force. That is what we are supposed to be doing today. But some people eventually have sold their soul to the devil. But I bet you, the restoration of Biafra is on you. It is on me. It is not tied on any particular individual. They can continue to do whatever they've done and postpone their case as much as they like. All you have to know is that our freedom is not tied on an individual. Let us hear from our beloved brother, T. Joseph. Are you there, T. Joseph? Let's hear from you. T. Joseph, unmute yourself. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, Mazi Chooks survivor, longest time.
You're welcome, my beloved brother. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good afternoon from
No.
Thank you so much. I saw how everything is playing. A lot of saboteurs, too much in this struggle. I'm so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Even all those nonsense she have been saying. I'm telling the truth. So I'm watching the court this and I believe I'm hearing whatever everybody's saying. So I believe that God, just like our leader said, that Chukwu is the one to give us Biafra, and Biafra is going to be the last miracle God is going to do on this earth.
Yes.
Because if you can see now, he told us that Nigeria map out more than $20 billion to suppress Biafra, to make sure that we do not come. But he said that nothing they can do about it. They will come, they will kill us, and they will kill them, but in the end, Biafra will come. So I'm still having that belief because everything he has said have come to light. Nnamdi Kanu is Jesus of our time because, you know, as now, when your mother did we don't know what we have. That man is a great man, and God will continue to keep him alive for us. And Biafra for real, we're already home. It's just a matter of time, and I believe it. Thank you, guys, and I'm so happy. True Survivor, I've been following you for a long time, and I'm so happy that you are still persistent, like our leader says. Say consistent matters. If you remember again, he told us that many people will be bought with money. He's not saying it for them to repent or whatever it is, that it will surely come to pass. But the people that God has bring out for Biafra will bring Biafra for us. So I believe that Biafra is already here. And I'm so happy, my brother. I said, may you continue what you're doing. Chukwu will continue to protect and guide you and bless you for me.
You say. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for that very speech you just made. And I want us to listen to this message of Mazi Simon up again. Now, let us hear it. I'm going to play it complete. Just be patient and hear this message of Mazi Simon. It's about 5 minutes message. This is what we are supposed to be doing. And this is supposed to be what Mazi Simon made this message 2 years ago. Even when we have not gotten to this stage. But some of us ignored it. While many of us who are following up built on that very information. Today, you have seen that the release of Mazi Kanu is in your hand, is in my hand. The earlier we begin to do something, the better. I want us to listen to this message in full for those who have not heard it or those who have forgotten.
Other reason why he was kidnapped from Kenya, other than to end Biafra struggle. Because they know Biafra struggle is not a crime. It's not a crime. He can never ever be sentenced and convicted in Nigeria. Never. That is because there is no law. There is no law to convict Nnamdi Kanu. But you know what? The law empower them. Not even the law does not even empower them. Somehow, when they want to circumvent the law, to detain him as long as possible. You can imagine the people that were released the other day. 15 good years. 15 good years. Do you know 15 years? 15 years you can be anything you want to be in this life within 15 years. Within 15 years, your life, everything you want to be in this life, you can achieve it within 15 years. I am very serious. If you do not achieve it within 15 years, you are going to build the foundation to prepare you to what you are going to be in life within 15 years. But you know, those people were detained for 15 good years. At the end of the day, they were going to court. Of course, they have to see a reason to detain them. They take them to court for 15 good years, only to now release them that they could not convict. So when you stay in detention for 15 good years, you have which kind of prison I want to give you again? Okay? What it means is that in some state, in some country, you have served 30 years imprisonment. Are you aware of that? In some country, when you stay 15 years, because when they give you verdict, you have to, you know, sometimes in a place, depending on the country, you serve half of the verdict. Okay? You serve half. If they give you 10 years sentence, you are going to serve 5 years. Half of it. As a first timer. So if they give you 7 years, you serve 3.5. If they give you 30 years, you serve 15. So what kind of sentence are they going to give them? They have served systematically 30 good years for staying 15 years in prison. After 15 years, they acquitted them. So, my brother, this is the same thing these people want to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that cannot happen. So we need to, you know, when you come, you see, I want you to understand what I'm trying to say, because for you to do the right, to make the right choice, right decision, make right move, you must first of all understand why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in the first place. If you do not understand the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not kidnapped, then you are not supposed to be in the leadership of this movement. So the only reason why he was kidnapped was to end Biafra struggle, and now that thing is happening. So how do you think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released when the reason why he was abducted is already happening, and you are already succumbing to it? You know, I don't understand what is going on. When you talk, they say, we are looking here, the case adjourned. You are going to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case adjourned again. Believe me, with what is going on now, you are already dancing to the tone of the government. The government wants the Biafra agitation to end. And because you have given them the green light that you are ending it, and we will not allow it to end. When you give the green light that you are ending the Biafra struggle, they will never ever release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until they succeed in making sure that you end everything. That was the reason. So what it means now is that it is only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that have the gut to request for Biafra. That is what it means. And if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told you he have millions of people following him who can be even more dangerous, you are proving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrong, including proving all those who are on social media saying, you think you're Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, don't worry, you are going to see other people worse than him. You have proven those people and you are proving them wrong, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why he said, I will not disappoint you, but you will disappoint me. Obidogo. It is happening. So my people, I want everybody to meditate on this. First of all, know the reason why he was abducted and kidnapped, and extraordinary rendition to Nigeria is to stop Biafra struggle. And now they have tested you, you have fought for it, and you say, oh, if we do this thing now, they are not going to release him. Or let us stop everything. Some of them, they have even stopped playing the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's very appalling. I don't get it. Honestly, I don't know whoever that is advising this kind of thing. I don't know. Because Nigeria government can never ever release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when they have come to know that you are doing exactly why they...
Did you hear that? That they will never release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when they have known that they have achieved their aim. That holding of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is making you not to talk about Biafra again. Holding of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is making you to relax. Holding of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is making you to fight each other. Holding of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has become the only thing that is going to bring Biafra. When they realize that, you think they're going to listen or release him, it won't happen. That was why you see the shouting when Mazi Saminago was there, giving them woto. Everybody was shouting, release him, release him. When they saw silence, they stopped shouting and they say, hold him, hold him, hold him. It's a very simple mathematics. So if you think you will still continue to waste your time on attacking Dr. Ngozi Orobweze, who has the mandate, who has the structure to push forward for the United States of Biafra to be recognized and officially established on the ground. If you think attacking her is doing yourself a favor, sorry, you are one of the criminals and one of the devil that must be fought against. Wherever you are watching this program from as a Biafran, I urge every one of us never to get distracted. Remain strong, for the battle ahead is much more than you can imagine. We have just started. My brother Greg, put on some input on the world. Go on and speak, my brother Greg. Take the mic.
Yes, once more, I welcome all our brethren and the comrades again. Yeah, you know, when you listen to this very clip you played right now, every reasonable body, person, group, tribe, any freedom fighter, Any Biafran, the true Biafran, we know Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime. There is no single crime that federal government will hold concrete and say, this is what this man have done wrong. There is none. The only thing that Nnamdi Kanu has committed today is he's talking about Biafra. There is no other reason why the federal government went as far as Kenya to go and kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, if not to make sure that Biafra agitation die outrightly. And in their own conviction, they believe that once they pick Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, any other person is nothing, and there is nobody. Because the point there is, when you watch what happened after Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, when you watch all the whole thing, immediately Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, they sit at home and the protest. The Nigerian was in very high intense. There was panic every corner. Remember when Nnamdi Kanu appeared in Jerusalem and the agitation catch fire again, burning. When they beat, what do you call him? The one in prison in London. The senator from Enugu. When they beat him here in Germany. When they went to many embassies, both in Japan, you remember what they did in Japan. And then they were saying that they should go and repatriate, and Nnamdi Kanu say, come and sue me in any international court. I will be there to answer any question. Any international this thing, if you want to come to England, come and sue me. I will come and answer any question. Then they were saying we were going to go to Britain, we'll bring in Nnamdi Kanu here. Then when they were reason, then every Johannes, all of them were saying, no, don't bring in Nnamdi Kanu home again. The one you brought in before, this, that. When Nnamdi Kanu's father died, Nnamdi Kanu was saying that he want to come. They were saying, let him not come, because if he come, everywhere will catch fire again. Until when they managed to go and kidnap Nnamdi Kanu on their own. So they brought him home. And you watch all the Biafra politicians. I remember all of them, they started talking. Now they have catched him. Victor made them. All the Igbo politicians, they started laughing at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In their mind is that Biafra has finished. Because they have an insider in IPOB who tell them already that when you got Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there's nobody who will take a position because they all know, number one, their category. And the majority of them who are working for the federal government, they know each other. They know each other. Those who are not working with the federal government are being convinced with those ones who are working with Nigerian government by telling them, we cannot do this, we cannot do that. And they were following them sheepishly. So many of them did not understand that. They were thinking that it was because Nnamdi Kanu was saying that Buhari was dead. That was why Buhari went to Kenya to kidnap him. It was absolutely a lie. When they brought Nnamdi Kanu home, why didn't they raise that charge against him that he was talking about the death of Buhari? But that was the worst crime they would say Nnamdi Kanu committed. But they never charged him for that because they know the consequence of that. So Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime. The only crime of Nnamdi Kanu is because Nnamdi Kanu was fighting for the freedom of Biafra. And the Igbo politicians gang up with the federal government of Nigeria to commit this evil crime because the IPOB have told Nnamdi Kanu, remember Nnamdi Kanu threatened them before the COVID-19 that we are going to have 1 million march in the US. That was during the time of, what do you call him, Donald Trump. That is going to have 1 million march. So COVID-19 come and disrupt that 1 million march. Then, before you know it, then they voted, what do you call him, Donald Trump out. Then all the Igbo politicians and Britain tell them that you have the chance now to do it because they have captured Democrats in the United States. Democrats started dancing according to what they want, according to their program. And then they said Buhari have the audacity to go to Kenya to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. To kidnap him is to make sure that the Biafra agitation died. Not that Nnamdi Kanu have committed any crime. All these charges you see they're doing is just to delay, just as our PM said. It's just to let the Nigerian government want to have something they are talking about. Not that Nnamdi Kanu have committed any crime. Everybody is aware of that. So, but because of his brethren, his cabinet brethren sold him. His brothers in politics in Nigeria sold him. Then they said once we have caught him, Biafra is dead. And that was their mind. So all of a sudden, Simon Ekpan just sprang from nowhere. Nigerian government, when you remember, they were ignoring him because they don't even know who he is. Nobody knew his capacity. Nobody know what Simon Ekpan can afford, or what he have, or what he don't have. Not even the IPOBs know his capacity. But the only thing they can know about Simon Ekpan is maybe those ones in Finland maybe might be telling them, this guy, you cannot buy him, or this guy, you cannot buy him. So when the members of the IPOB find that Simon Ekpan is not somebody they can just bought anyhow, then they started fighting him by all means with the Ojofo, the lawyer. And Ikon Gurago. Okay, look at somebody, Ikon Gurago, who's telling he's fighting Biafra. Fighting for Biafra. Where is his position today? He's telling you that he wants to have political ambition in Nigeria. So, where is Uche for? He's telling you again today that it is Igbo nation. Tomorrow he will tell you cannot actualize Biafra without forming a political party. Tomorrow he will tell you that there is nothing like Biafra because other side are not following up. The best thing is for us to go for Igbo nation. Tomorrow he will tell you it's better work with the prig in Krieg and the Masop person. He's sure that Uche doesn't have anywhere he stands. Majority doesn't have stand, so they were following Nnamdi Kanu because of the money they were getting from the agitation. Simple. The same thing these people come again. So when they got to Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa spring out, they find out that Simon Ekpa is doing exactly what is supposed to be done to make sure that Biafra is not dead and Biafra comes. They started going again to push many of them with Nigerian government start pushing many of them to come with money, donating money from there. Someone started recognizing them and thinking that these people were human beings, not knowing they were evil. So why did the master Simon stop today? Because 2 weeks to declare Biafra, Nigerian government knew that this guy is coming to take what belongs to him. They say, we must do everything it takes to make sure we stop Simon Ekpan before he declared that Biafra. Once if he might Simon Ekpan have declared Biafra, and they gave him 1 month. If everything were intact, did not arrest Simon Ekpan, 1 month, the whole world will talk about Biafra. By now, everyone must have been catching fire. They play their game by going to pick Bianca, no, Nnamdi Kanu wife, Uche Ejiofor, no, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, and all the whole gang IPOB and all those people. They all started writing petitions with the Eastern governors, and all of them started writing petition, and they will be sending it to Finland, lying against Simon Ekman, just only to make sure that Biafra is not declared. So they take him to stop Biafra declaration on the 2nd. So when Dr. Ngozi stand on her feet and declare Biafra, they have no other option again. They started formulating lie. He's against the military. He's against the finance. He's against this. He's against that. Anyone they raise, he finds us lie. Look at somebody like Adada Ramma today. Where is Adada Ramma ranting? She's ranting because she lied against the Minister for Defense. It was lie. She lied against Dr. Agi, the Information Minister. It was lie. She lied against Dr. Ngozi Reveze again, the last one. That Ngozi Reveze did not sign this. All those things were lie. So when they started those lies and they pushed them, they threw her out. She go back to the lying group, and they started telling you, Prime Minister Simon Ekman said you should fall back for something that Simon Ekman had worked and get above that level. And they're telling you Simon Ekman said you to come back. So it will continue that. They will continue like that until Biafra, they will sabotage. They will be working against that thing that will make Biafra to come. But it is those people who knew what they want from the day one are the one who will stand for the truth until that truth will completely take over, which is Biafra. So there is no other option. There is no other reason than to stop Biafra, but they will not succeed. That is the message. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother Greg. I appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. Let us hear from our beloved sister, Ojugo. Go ahead and take the mic, Ojugo. You're there. Unmute yourself.
Good morning, my brothers in the house and all listening Biafrans. I know I joined late. I was just trying to catch up with, the program, where we are and where we're the point and the topic. But anyway, I don't know. I know Nnamdi Kanu went to court today.
Yeah, just to brief you a little bit, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to court. Is in court. We are still waiting for update but the update we have got is that the court have approved people to come and testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu covered up. They will be hooded. Their name will not be disclosed. Will not know whom they are. They will just wear masks and come and testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Maybe behind the curtain. That is what the court have approved. And the charge they have read against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the broadcast he made. They call it incitement of terrorism, but Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also made his case that his message is only for self-determination. That was why he was broadcasting. And his broadcast was made in the UK, not in Nigeria. Go ahead, my beloved sister.
Okay, you see, that's Nigeria for you, and I mean, if people are bold enough to testify and they're sure and they have facts, why are you hiding your face?
I wonder.
Why are you hiding your face? That means you're not a man. If everyone would decay, show your face.
Show your face.
Your face. That's how you know decay. If you think that he has committed a crime, show your face, put it out. This is what he committed. Why are you hiding the face? And I think these are just a delayed tactic because Nnamdi Kanu brought back to Nigeria in a very wrong way. That's where this case is supposed to start. It's not supposed to stand any trial in Nigeria. And Nigeria know that very well.
They know it.
But thank God I listened to what Simon Ekman said. He understood Nigeria so good. So good. Because it's just a delayed tactics. Is this, is that, is this, is that for their campaign, for their destiny? Let me tell you, like he said, if somebody is holding something very important to you, until you make that thing irrelevant, that person will not release that.
Absolutely.
It will not. For example, when maybe a girl is holding a video of a man, maybe, a married man. Some women will do that. They will tell you, give me 1 million. If you don't give me, I'll show your wife this video. Give me 2 million. If you don't give me, I'll show your wife this. And the man will continuously be giving that lady or that girl money until you say, you know what? Show her. Highest sin is divorce.
Exactly.
Show her. I don't care
anymore. Blackmail you.
And if that girl comes back again, hey, I need this. You even see that the price will come down.
Definitely.
The price will come down. Okay, now 1 million. I need you to give me 500. If not, I'm going to show this to your wife. Trust me, I'll put it in the newspaper. Until you say, you know what? Hell you. Go. Do whatever you want to do with that. It's only one time. It doesn't last long. It's only one time. You bear that consequences, you bear that punishment, and it will be over. Than lifetime bondage.
Torture.
Lifetime torture. Lifetime emotional torture. Lifetime bondage in the hand of an idiot. Now, and that's what Simon was trying to address here. That we have to make holding of Nnamdi card irrelevant to Nigeria. That's the only way. But right now, they find another way. Because if you remember, when they were holding Nnamdi Kanu, Simon was out.
Yes.
Governors, everybody was running around. Oh, well, Nigeria is now danger. Oh, economy this, it's worse now. Nnamdi Kanu is better. Police are releasing Nnamdi Kanu, blah, blah, blah. But now, do you still hear it? No, because they found another avenue to hold Simon. Now, they're all on their feet again. Because Simon Ekpa, the prime minister, shaked Nigeria. Like, do you know what? Somebody shaked Nigeria. One man squad. He shaked that whole country called Nigeria to their bone marrow. And they were crippling down. Even the economy was so bad. Do you understand it? So, we Biafran, anybody looking at Dr. Ngozi Adabeze, will just, no. Biafran as a whole has to say enough is enough. If we really love Nnamdi Kanu. Because I remember when Nnamdi Kanu went to South, this man, one of the senators, I think is from that side, that old man that has been a senator for his whole entire life, Not Ekwemadu is languishing in London prison. The other one, Abaribe, came to his house. Yeah. And he said, why is this crowd? What is the secret? So where are that crowd now? We need to stand up. We need to fight this. It's not what, leaving it for Dr. Ngozi Adabeze, it's not gonna, Biafrans need to stand and say what enough is enough. And if we don't do that, it will keep happening. They will find another target.
Yes.
They will find another target. I don't know why they're hiding the face of people that want to testify. When Nnamdi Kanu knew, that they will buy us over.
Yes.
He said it. So I don't think he's going to see anybody's face and be say, oh, are you the one? No, we're not going to be surprised. We know that Onyu will live long. So we know that it's still our people that will come to testify. So why are we hiding them? Among 12 of Jesus, it was Judas that put one hand in the same plate with him. That saw him. So what is new? They're doing things like say it's new. We know it's going to be us that will still come out in that court. We know that Nnamdi Kanu has enemies. Even those that followed him, you could hear them. The one that say, oh, we have given him for a long time. There was a red mark. We have a red mark. This one say, oh, because he brought Simon, he should have brought he would rot in jail.
He has crossed the red line.
Yes, we know all these things. We know that even if Nigeria did not kill Nnamdi, these people will also do that if his life is not being protected by the genuine Biafrans. So, I mean, Simon hit it at that beginning. Now, that video is a long time, because if you look at his face that time, he was still younger than what he looks like now.
Yeah.
I don't know what year was that video. So, but you could say that's why he did what he was doing to hold Nigeria so tight. They were not even thinking about Nnamdi again. They were even looking a way to get him out, because, I mean, holding him there is occupying space. But now, they found another way, using international body on Simon. So, Biafrans, this job is ours. This job is ours. This job is ours. It's us, Biafra, need to, if we really love Nnamdi Kanu, like we always say, we need to stand up and say enough is enough. By anything that belongs to Nigeria, we'll bring it down. Anything. Because by the time they see it's happening over there in that side, it's happening there in Muslim, it's happening there, they will all be on their heels. They will know that they will start calling for urgent emergency. But if nothing is happening, another person will be a target. Another target, another target. Thank you, my brothers.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. You have spoken well. We appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. You have spoken absolutely well, and that is where we are. So, fellow Biafran, it is our responsibility to make sure that our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is safe and released. His release is in our hand. That is why the government of Biafra is moving ahead. Biafra is not tied on any single individual. Always remember that. It's not that when you make them feel that they hold something that is so important that you can't make a move anymore, you are gone, and you are gone for good. That is why today the Biafran government is moving ahead, preparing programs, going ahead in pursuing recognition and establishment of the United States of Biafra in full on the ground. That is why today we have taken Biafra to Washington, D.C., where everything is happening. And I want you to remember it. Do not find yourself wanting on that day. Every one of us must be there on 30th to pay attention and also pursue the recognition as we are doing. Today, we are going to the place that matters, where everything is happening. Make sure you are there. If you have not yet gotten your ticket, get your ticket. That is one of the things to do, to make sure that they realize that we are not stopping, to make them understand that the restoration of Biafra is not dependent on one person. Let's hear this.
No fear for our land. We go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender.
This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
Face many things, we don't fall. Them took Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them country still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the hand.
Welcome back. Let us listen to this message. And I want everybody to pay attention. The struggle for Biafra will never stop. The story of Biafra can never be stopped. No matter who you are, no matter what they do, we will continue to preach that gospel until we are free. Biafra is not tied on an individual. It's not tied on Mazi, Nnamdi, not on Mazi Simon, not on Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, but on every single one of us. For as long as there is a Biafran alive, we will continue to preach the message of Biafra. Let's hear this.
Story in schools. I tell you, one of the reasons they stopped teaching history was that they couldn't tell our war story, and now they can't tell the Biafran story, and we cannot tell the story of the coups properly. Now, a country with so many secrets that it cannot divulge cannot write history. It is wrong to talk about ignoring the Biafran story. All the injustices and the oppression that led to Biafra are still very much present and with us. You can't escape Biafra. And in fact, the reason we do need to continuously exhume the ghost of Biafra is that the ethnic principles on the basis of which we had to go to war are all pervasive in the Nigerian society of today. And our leaders do not appear to know what to do about them. They start from the wrong premises. Some want to eliminate ethnic groups. It is not possible to eliminate ethnic groups. That old statement by Amadou Bello in reply to Zig said, let's forget our differences. Amadou Bello said, no, let's understand them. When you do understand them, you will discover that it is possible for those who are supposedly radically opposed to themselves today, it is possible for them to sit at the same table and discuss virtually every problem.
My fellow Biafrans, there is a lot to say, and I will give the mic to my beloved brother Maxwell. Go ahead and speak to us, bro Max. Bro Max, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here. Thank you so much, Mazi Chicks. And what else am I going to say apart from what my brothers and Nnamoches and my Nnamoche has spoken here? The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in our hands. And, if we don't act based on what is on the ground now, those people are going to use. They have already commonized. They commonized us since the time Mazi Simon Ekpa was taken away from the picture. And I believe that Dr. Ngozi Orabweze is following the blueprint and the procedure, the due processes. I believe that is what she is following. But all I will say here is this, that we must not rely in the hands of other people to bring Biafra for us. Biafra is in our hands, and only Biafrans will bring Biafra. Only the man whose house is on fire will decide whether to hunt for rat or to look for means to quench the fire. I ask each and every one of you, great people of Biafra, United States of Biafra, I don't think if there is anything that you will see now that is going to make you weep. There is nothing. We have seen it all. We've seen the intimidation. We've seen the torture. We've seen the buying of our people. We've seen how they are using their foot soldiers, the armed Fulani terrorists, to come in. We have also seen how they are using people within amongst us to foment trouble and to create all these disturbances that are going on in Biafra land. There is nothing the eye will see now that will make the eye to bleed blood. The only thing we need to do now is to focus and make sure that we devise means so that Nigerian government will get it, will feel the impact as well. So that they will feel the impact. Just like, is it my sister said, Ojugo? When Mazi Simon Ekpa was there, look at what was going on. Even if we haram no like this, that time. Well, of course, that was where Mazi Simon Ekpa was holding them. They find one way or the other, influence Finland, and they got him, detained, isolated from us. Now they are now talking of, oh, even if you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it won't solve the insecurity in Southeast, like Soludo and co. Because they have seen that, oh, maybe we are not doing anything. But diplomatically, I believe that the United States of Biafra, as presided by Dr. Ndazo is doing something, is doing a marvelous job in order to make sure that we get that foreign and international global recognition, and the sovereignty of the United States of Biafra will be, assured. I thank you all. Do not hope on what the Nigeria will do. Nigeria is a country that can turn stone. They can turn stone into bread. That is what is there. The more you look, the less you see. That is the habit of Nigerians. Thank you so much, Mazi Chicks. And as we are ending this, I say, may God continue to bless each and every one of you. And make sure that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the restoration of Biafra, lies in the hands of you and I. Thank you so much. I remain your Okene from the little beautiful city of Bolagatanga in Upper East region. Thank you so much for having me. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Again, every time Nigeria is ringing bell. If I look on news, it is bell. If I look social media, it is problem. When I should be drinking coffee, they will make me to come online. They don't want to have me to rest. But you know what? You know what? The spirit in me, the Biafra spirit in me, I said, when I told you, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is looking for 100 people, I promise that I have 50 in me. You have not seen anything. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. It's not by my power. But, you know, as an my own
generation now come. What would they know? They know only not knowing that they never have.
Things are being open.
Today you are going to receive sense. The crypto, Nigeria crypto.
Is it on the 3rd of May or so? So on the 3rd, so we will come back again
your economy,
and also give you an update on what is going on. We would never ever allow them.
ESN came out to automatically, you know, weaponized,
and will not allow
both the Catholic priests, both the Anglican priests, both the
this close of border will not work. Now, how do we stop? How do we stop the funding now?
Nigeria is a country that
how do we stop the contribution? Let us stop the crypto because they were following Nigerians, southern Nigerians. Use crypto. We should open crypto. Use crypto. Don't use the Western Union. Don't use this. They say, so these people are doing crypto. Okay, let us slash them. Bah. They are not considering the economic impact of crypto. No. They are not considering how much the crypto is bringing to Nigeria economy. Their agenda is not to make Nigeria progress. No. They have a better agenda. Now you get the point. Now you get the point. My only problem is that why is it that you must wait? Was Thomas born in Nigeria? Is Thomas a Nigerian? Is Thomas in the Bible in Nigeria? Are you a lineage of Thomas? Are you a lineage of Thomas? All of you have Thomas blood in your vein. How did you get Thomas blood in your vein? That it must happen to you first before you understand. We hear more in Anubia. You hear more kind of
It's in our hands. And you know, if we don't act based on what is on the ground now, those people are going to use. They have already commonized. They commonized us since the time as Samuel Ekpa was taken away from the picture. And I believe that Dr. Ngozi Rabeze is following the blueprint and the procedure, the due process. I believe that is what she is following. But all I will say here is this, that we must not rely in the hands of other people to bring Biafra for us. Biafra is in our hands, and only Biafrans will bring Biafra. Only the man whose house is on fire will decide whether to hunt for rat or to look for means to quench the fire. I ask each and every one of you, great people of Biafra, United States of Biafra, I don't think if there is anything that you will see now that is going to make you weep. Or when there is nothing. We have seen it all. We've seen the intimidation. We've seen the torture. We've seen the buying of our people. We've seen how they are using their foot soldiers, the armed Fulani terrorists, to come in. We have also seen how they are using people within amongst us to foment trouble and to create all these disturbances that are going on in Biafra land. There is nothing the eye will see now that will make the eye to bleed blood. The only thing we need to do now is to focus and make sure that we devise means so that Nigerian government will get it, will feel the impact as well. So that they will feel the impact. Just like, is it my sister said, Ojugo? When Mazi Simon Ekpa was there, look at what was going on. Even if we haram no like this, that time. Well, of course, that was where Mazi Simon Ekpa was holding them. They find one way or the other, influence Finland, and they got him, detained, isolated from us. Now they are now talking of, oh, even if you release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he won't solve the insecurity in Southeast, like Soludo and co. Because they have seen that, oh, maybe we are not doing anything. But diplomatically, I believe that the United States of Biafra, as presided by Dr. Ndazo, is doing something, is doing a marvelous job in order to make sure that we get that foreign and international global recognition, and the sovereignty of the United States of Biafra will be, assured. I thank you all. Do not hope on what the Nigeria will do. Nigeria is a country that can turn stone. They can turn stone into bread. That is what is there. The more you look, the less you see. That is the habit of Nigerians. Thank you so much, Mazi Chicks. And as we are ending this, I say, may God continue to bless each and every one of you. And make sure that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the restoration of Biafra, lies in the hands of you and I. Thank you so much. I remain, you are Okene, from the little beautiful city of Bolagatanga in Upper East region. Thank you so much for having me. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, my brother Max. Thank you so much. Let's hear this while we pick up again.
Map of Biafra and Nigeria, and maybe this map tells a little bit of the story. So actually, you guys in Biafra, what are you struggling for? What is your aim in your struggle? Why there is such a confrontation between you and the authorities?
Because we want to go back to where we were before the British came. Most of our problems was basically made by the British. The way Nigeria was put together is the root cause of the problem.
I'm talking about these days. Okay, there was a war, and Biafra was kind of independence between 1967 and 1970, I guess.
That's correct, yes.
And since then, it's part of Nigeria. What do you want? You want an independent state of Biafra? You want to be a Jewish state? You want kind of autonomy? What did you like? What do we want?
We want an
for?
independent Biafran state that is absolutely independent of anything to do with Nigeria.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That is exactly the mission. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for those who doesn't know where he stands, I want you to pay attention once again. Hear him well and clear.
Now I want to look at the map of Biafra and Nigeria, and maybe this map tells a little bit of the story. So actually, you guys in Biafra, what are you struggling for? What is your aim in your struggle? Why there is such a confrontation between you and the authorities?
Because we want to go back to where we were before the British came. Most of our problems was basically made by the British. The way Nigeria was put together is the root cause of the problem.
I'm talking about these days. Okay, there was a war, and Biafra was kind of independence between 1967 and 1970, I guess.
That's correct, yes.
And since then, it's part of Nigeria. What do you want? You want an independent state of Biafra? You want to be a Jewish state? You want kind of autonomy? What did you like? What do we want?
We want an
for?
independent Biafran state that is absolutely independent of anything to do with Nigeria.
That is exactly what we want. And that is our demand. And that is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is standing in the court of Nigeria today. For those who do not know, that is why. Self-determination, that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for. And that is not a crime. Has never been a crime and will never be a crime. Even though they will continue to manipulate and hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for as long as they can, we will never stop pursuing self-determination for the Biafran people. Let's hear from you, my brother Greg. Go ahead and talk to us.
Yes, Mazi. One thing I understand is when you come into this Biafra fighting for freedom, what I understand is during this time of IPOB and all these things, many people didn't understand Nnamdi Kanu. So many of them joined the hearing Biafra. They did not question themselves. What does it mean to be asking for freedom? What does freedom mean for them? What is freedom? They did not ask themselves, why am I fighting for freedom? Why did I really want to be free? What have Nigeria cost me? What have these English people cost the Africans, especially the Biafrans? Because when you, if you are a person that grew up in the East and you watch our culture, at least let me say people that they were born from this, I was born during Nigerian Biafran War. So, and those people that are born from this time, when you ask yourself, this time that was, you look at the culture of the Igbo people, you look at the language, when you come, you think about somebody like China Achabe, who is the best in Africa. And China Achebe was brought up with the Igbo culture. And then you come back to yourself now, you go back and see what is happening in our land today. Then you start asking your question, where are those values? How many did those values disappear? Because what we are suffering is not just only Fulani marginalization and the Fulani Islamization. No, it goes beyond that. So look at what is happening in Edo today. The Oba of Bini just wake up and start trying to be in control of the Ekai people. The Ekas are the Igbos. They have the culture of the Igbo people. But because of the British come and enslave everybody and use the Oba of Benin and they marginalize other tribes and surrender Benin, and they give the Oba of Benin the control so that he will use Oba of Benin to control other regions. So you see, finding that the culture of the Eka people started dying and dying at a point. They don't know what is called Eze. Majority of this generation now, in Eka, in Abo, in some of all these Igbo people that are living in those states, didn't even know that their origin were Igbo and their king were answering Obis and Ezes. They changed the name to Oloji, or whatever. And they started being Oloji. So all this generation now come, what would they know? They know Oloji, not knowing that they don't have the origin of Oloji, or that Oloji was imposed on Eka people. And this is what Nnamdi Kanu was talking about, was trying to tell this man that was interviewing him. So they did not only destroy our culture, many things they did against the Africans. And then he brought the religion, and now, even when we accepted Christianity, which I'm a Christian and I believe in Christ, and that teaching was real, because when I read Bible and I found out that even the Europeans, there was once they were worshiping idol, and the one they were worshiping the god of sun and all those stuff before Christ came, even the Roman Empire. So, but the point there now is, when we accepted this Christianity they brought to us, they started using the same Christianity again to manipulate us. And the one thing you must know is, the back thing is always quicker to learn. Human beings grab the evil side of everything faster than the good one. So when they came into our land, they used Christianity to steal all our things and impact that stealing part of Christianity into our people. That is why you can see some priests, some pastors, some Muslims and all those things. They use religion. Let me talk about Christianity where I belonged. They use Christianity now to manipulate people to get rich. Where somebody will open a church and he will be flying on a jet that costs billions of naira and millions of dollars. Where his congregation, there is men that cannot feed. So, and when you see something like the old Orthodox religion that are still in our place, check when you come to the Eastern region. Let me use example. I had any person that belongs to any category of Christianity should please pardon, but I must say the truth. When you come in Christendom, in the East, in Biafra land, the Igbos, both the Catholic priest, both the Anglican priest, both the Pentecostal priest, can you find out that because they grow up with that original Orthodox Christianity in Biafra land, that is why he cannot see any of them, because that fear, that spirit of that culture that is tied with part of that this Orthodox Christianity is still in Igbo culture. That is why he could not see any of Igbo pastor or this thing, that flying jet. But when it comes to the Yoruba land, the one they grab faster was this new side of Christianity, where Christians use Christianity to steal. Somebody used Christianity to steal. He used it to buy jet. He used it to buy this, buy that, buy that. In this country where I live, I remember where a bishop, a Catholic church in Germany here, and very close to about 60 kilometers to my city. They said that this bishop built with $1 million something in a residence that is not supposed. They asked him to resign. They protested against him. That was during the time of Bishop Cardinal, Bishop Pope, the other Pope that resigned before this Francis that died about 2 weeks ago. You see, so the man they have to remove him from that place because the people and the government and the church people protested against him. And even this bishop was not building that place, that church safe for himself as a private property. So he can be removed, just like any other person, any other priest. But in our place, nobody protests against Oyedipo, or nobody protests against all these people, and they use church to brainwash our people and stealing from them because they did not come with gun or with bullet to take those cash from you. Nobody would know that those things are stealing. So that is what this religion and culture destroy in our society. So Nnamdi can't know where he was. But that's why he was telling this man, we want to go back where we were before the coming of the British, before the amalgamation. We want to go back to our culture. We have a culture. And the British people never destroy their culture. Even though they accepted Christ when the religion came to Britain and Europe, they still hold their own culture. But today, our culture and our language and anything concerning us is dying. But where I have problem, that is where I have problem. When people start talking about this African, what do you call it? I was reading something as we are talking here from this Patrick Lumumba. He said in Africa, you go to school in another language, but Chinese go to school with Chinese language. German go with German language, English go with English language, Italy go with Italian. He was mentioning Japan go with Japanese language and the other things. Then he forgot that these people notice those things in time and they divide themselves according to their tribes and their languages. But when he told that to Patrick Lumumba, whatever he called himself, that Africans have to go according to their tribes and their languages so that they can learn and develop those things with their language. Now in our place, you can be educated, but because you cannot speak good English, they will not see you as an educated, as an intelligent person, except only when you can speak big grammar English. But check the people who are doing mechanics in our place. Those people you go to, what do you call it, computer village. None of them went to school, but when you give them telephone, they scatter it and they fix your phone. They don't go special school for that. That is their talent. So, but if those people we are giving chance, they train them with the Igbo language, you will see they will beat this Japan and China. But they will tell them because you did not go to school, you cannot speak good English. Then they bring you down and put you into market. Before you know it, those your talent will die with that person. That is what Nnamdi is talking about. We go back to our roots. So some of those people who are in IPOB, they don't even understand Nnamdi, that what Nnamdi is talking about freedom in everything. That's why it's a total freedom, total independence, so that our people will develop themselves according to their culture and their language, and not going to negotiate with the Sorudo and the Hopus or them and say we can only get it with political way or to form a political party. It is impossible. Let people be free, just like Europe is free, and let us develop. That is what Nnamdi is preaching. Total independence, and not what we are fighting for, and nothing more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. And we are getting some updates from the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as we always expect that they have adjourned the case. But in the case of terrorism, they are charging him. From the information we are getting there, they have not found any incriminating issue. He has not used any harmful object. There is no incriminating issue that makes what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was preaching terrorism. That case is null and void. That case is null and void. First, with regards against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nothing. Where person no could see you, okay, that's not this. So this is the person you see, the testifier, hooded person, as they cover themselves up to testify against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the court. That is the picture that we just saw. And in the court, the information that is coming there, it says, court adjourned to 2nd of May. 2nd of May. We are winning. Then, no harmful instruments was found with Onyendu terrorism charge. It is null and void. For that, it is null and void. There is nothing that is found in that terrorism charge because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never bared arms, not one day. All he was preaching was the message of self-determination on the media. And that case has been thrown out and adjourned until 2nd, while we continue to follow up and see what is going to happen. My brother Greg, you want to say something?
Yes, what I wanted to say is, when they were talking about terrorism or charging him or bringing evidence, it's just like what Simon Ekman was of recently. Simon Ekman never did anything on the secret. Even when the IPOB were telling him everything, he would just come and say it. He don't know, it doesn't work like that. He never do anything on the underground as they normally do. Everything he do, just like Christ. When Pilate was asking him, he said, "Everything I do it in open." There was nothing like a secret. So Nnamdi Kanu was broadcasting. His broadcast was freely on the air, which any person can go and listen at any given time, which we normally play with some we play today. So when they're talking about bringing secret evidence or secret no evidence, it makes no sense. So it makes no sense. All those things are just to put fear on the people who are fighting for their freedom. There is no charge. Nnamdi Kanu have not committed any crime. His crime is fighting for independence, and that independence is what we have. Simple. So all those things they are doing is just a waste of time. Just like PM said, there is nothing, no court will jail or hold Nnamdi Kanu for anything. The only thing they can be doing is only delaying and delaying and delaying and delaying Nnamdi Kanu and delaying, trying to delay Biafra, which is it cannot be long. He has stayed more than 5 years. Even none of those of the Boko Haram, the ones that give repented, they baptized repented Boko Haram. None of them stayed in the prison for 1 month. So why must they be keeping that kind of for 5 years now, and they're talking about charges and without ending? So there is nothing like anything, and they have not committed any crime. That is the answer. Thank you, and God bless you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother. We have all known. And that is why Biafrans must be focused. Remember the message I played, the message of our Prime Minister, Mazi, a message that was done 2 years ago. Even when the thing had not been that, he told us, and he was very clear, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not committed any crime and will never, ever be convicted in Nigerian court. It is impossible. But as for detaining him, delaying him, and playing their games, they can do it for as long as they can. That is the manipulation that you should be concerned about. They can decide to adjourn his case as many times as possible, continue to delay him from one time to the other, trying to slow down the whole process. They will continue to do it. But one thing is certain. If we want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free, we must not relent in our effort. Remain consistent in what you are doing. Continue to pursue self-determination. Continue to speak about your freedom. Do not allow anybody to make you change your mind or make you feel committing any crime. We must continue to do what we have to do. Do not be deterred. As you can see, what you are hearing in the course today is what we have already known. It is something that even a layman knows. But in order to prolong his stay, in order to continue to hold him, they will be continue to adjourn. You can imagine. There is nothing they can say different from what have been said in the previous court, from their lower court to the highest court. This judgment they brought here was exactly what Mazi Nnamdi said in the video I played of what transpired from the beginning. They have no charges against Mazi Nnamdi. This same terrorism case was dropped before and dropped again. Bring it 100 times, it will be dropped. Or they will be put on and on again of just to play. But my fellow Biafrans, we must be consistent and resilient. Do not pay attention to any blackmail or propaganda. Do not be distracted. It does not matter what you hear. It doesn't matter what you see. It doesn't matter what they say. We will continue to do what we have to do for us to be free from this very entity, this very criminal entity called the Circumventing. My fellow Biafra, we are winning already, as we have always won. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist, has never been a terrorist, and will never be a terrorist. Likewise, every one of us that is genuinely today seeking for the restoration of Biafra, we are not terrorists, and we will never be terrorists. It doesn't matter what they say, how they say it, and the angle they try to paint it. We do not care. That is not us, and it will never hold water. No matter how they try to make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shed tears, to demoralize him, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still putting on the smile because he's an innocent man, winning, and will continue to win. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that have been on this program today. Thank you for being part of the program. We will continue to bring you more updates. And remember, the case is adjourned to I think the 3rd. Is it on the 3rd of May or so? So on the 3rd. So we will come back again and also give you an update on what is going on. We will never ever allow them to push any propaganda, and will not allow our fellow Biafrans to be in the dark. So the case continues on the 2nd May. Yeah, it says 2nd May. Court adjourned to 2nd of May. 2nd of May. Today is already 29, 30th. About in 4 days or 4 to 3 days time, we are going to come back again and converge. And I bet you, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has no case. They only find reasons to continue to hold him, continue to keep him, but no matter how they try, they will never break him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will continue to stand his ground. He will continue to stand for us, and he will continue to speak whenever he's needed to speak. They will try to break him down, but I bet you they will never succeed, no matter how they try. I appreciate everyone that have joined us from beginning to the end. We come to the end of the program, and I thank my beloved brother, Greg, who has been with me all the time, every morning, every afternoon, helping me to bring this message to the Biafran people. He is doing it as his own job. It is his job. Likewise, I'm working here for myself. He is working for himself. And we are here holding this very platform for you people, the Biafran people. All you got to do for us is to support this platform the best way you can. Support by sharing. If you have not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Don't keep it to yourself. Make sure you invite someone also to join you each time you join us. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every Biafrans wherever you are. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oramwezi. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Oputo of Biafra land. Very soon, he is going to enjoy his victory, and he is going to join us also. No weapon formed or fashioned against the Biafran people shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Oramwezi, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, shall prosper. Thank you for being part of this program. I will see you again tomorrow, same time. Be there and do not find yourself wanted. Stay blessed. See you next time.
Na wana na bose vive na kiti enui na tulaje bwana mwabuli vemelema kuja Ojibe kuwana tulane bovo Timalugo no nugodo kokodo nyano be hule Nandi moda tunilu na ya kalakala kwa lerinu mwangulu Ngula matali waso jere futamba kanchuba diali Ama abulezi okwenu Na bakala keluego nezi enwe Nuboti akala keluego nudezi Makana baba neno waralu nunuteyi Umu Biafra kunyenwe Umu Biafra kunyenwe Unanu kwa ni mono nuno mono nezi biakenenwe Ono nenu lila tono na nagulugu seji tono nugu banataye Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makana njuko no 1 million we bofu wa mabulezi okwe Naka ni kwata milake pa waja sienyi ka kesu ezo pabule be welo tamano Mo Biafra kuyenwe Kanyi wele fobi wena tabanu banyo Makano fobi abakama La nugo no way Mo Biafra na bekele umulina Kabo nkani Mwa adati na itele wanyi biakeneli Akwage bulu kwekene na fando to Biafra is our hope And the Biafra is our religion Nkọdị na nwata chi eze amụrụ n'obi bụ onye iwere ya. Wesi ya kene gị o. Adụmegwu Chukwu. Ike mba one of Biafra land mmọnwụ be m. Adọgbu na-eli akara ya dike o. Nwafọ ndị Igbo jiri dị ebube ebido n'ebe ichebele mmọnwụ be m. Ozugbo odogwu eji mara Igbo niile. Odogwu eji mara Biafra bịa. Adụmegwu Chukwu. Papa gị si ekene lụgị Filipu Efiong. Ọ bụzikwa nwoke kwuru okwu wee kwụsị okwu si na Biafra ya ekunye. Na ya bụ Biafra ya tụrụ ugo wee nata. Ọ na-abụrụ na ya bụ Biafra ekunyigo. N'ọkụ ọgụlị nwata n'aka na-ele. Papa gị si ekene lụgị onye ndu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Amadike Biafra kede ebe ebe. Amadike Biafra bịa n'ụlọ.
She has no jurisdiction to try me. None whatsoever. I came out of
Papa gị bụ ofu onye tiri ndị iro mgbada nwụrụ anwụ n'isi.
accused from my case and cannot try my case.
Amadike.
There are things that are happening in this country that a lot of you do not
Amadike bụ mmọnwụ ndị
know. It is
iro.
my duty to make that very, very clear to all of you. Because the lies are too much. The lies are too much. I sent a petition to the NJC for personal gain. Her son and her husband are facing corruption charges. They told them this is what happens. Nobody wants to do that's the problem. They sent her to my case. So
Biafra government ndị nọ na exile cabinet bịa n'ụlọ n'ụmụwe. Ọnụ ekene unu jisi n'ike na Chukwu na ndị a na ya agba unu ube. Maka na onye sụrụ ọbịa ya atọ ka anyị malụ gị enu eyi. Jisie n'ike. Ekene mo ndị Biafra Liberation Army ụmụ Chukwu. The agents of Biafra land the great oracles of Biafra na n'unu. Ọnụ ekene unu n'ama. Na n'unu jisi ike n'ọrụ. Chukwu ya gba unu ume. Ụmụ Chukwu. Ụmụ Chukwu enyi. Asị ekene ya the Prime Minister H.E. Mazi Simon Weba. Abụzikwa bata obi yo. Otu adịrị ụmụ Biafra bịa n'ụlọ n'ụlọ. Anunganga pio tembe will not be. I just show you, you will not see. Yes. Mweji mwangu kojilo sinodilo kasojilo yatiji sojilo wewalaso Muzikwe wabatobi Ogada gidi di kebia no. Kwa tu kwala ni yo. Kuni tuko nyele di Biafra na no no. No da beke nege. Asibona adele ni Biafra ni na mo. Asino adele no ni na mo. Mandanye na bono mweno utela yi welien. Mandanye na bono nudo no mwe. Makana mbona boke kwena abodike. Omoya na no omoya no. No bivo ye debeli ne dene no wa ma believe emeleme. A good legacy will last forever, ma believe emeleme. And the remembrance of my bless you.